Hey, Ito, are you a big sports guy?
I like basketball quite a bit, but then beyond that, not really.
You've been following this stuff with the Lakers and the renaming of Staples Center.
Oh no, I have not. What's happening there? What's happening?
Yeah, so they got bought by, they made a deal with Crypto.com, and they're going to become Crypto.com Arena.
Crypto. What? I'm curious. What was the process behind this? Why? What brought Crypto.com to buy the Staples Center and change the name to the Crypto.com Arena? Is that correct?
Yeah, I don't know the particulars other than, apparently crypto is just as a industry right now is really making a push. Like I went to a Blazer game last night and they kept talking about so and so is brought to you by StormX, but they never say what like StormX actually is. And I found out I was like, oh yeah, it's a crypto company.
Oh
And
wow.
like I guess this is just the thing, but yeah, I guess the biggest one is crypto.com arena. And what I thought was really funny about it is you've had these Laker fans come out talking about it's always going to be the Staples Center to me. Just like, is that is that really the hill you want to die on?
It seems not. They don't understand the economics behind basketball and how it functions.
Like, are your loyalty is to Staples?
Yes,
the
Staples the
store?
company. I never put that together. The Staples Center was the company's Staples.
Right.
Is Staples even open still?
That's a good question. I have not. I'm trying to think of the last time I've been to a Staples.
I feel like I shop at Office Depot more if I need like school supplies or something of the sorts.
I could have fact checked this to see if Staples is still open. Either way, I feel like Staples would be all right.
Yeah.
But, what it did also make me think of is like as goofy as it is for people to be like, it's always going to be the Staples Center. We've kind of had the similar thing here in Portland with Moda and, the previously named Rose Garden. And it was always weird to me how people be like, oh, it's always like, I'll never call it Moda. It's the Rose Garden forever. And, even on like a superficial level, it was weird. But then like, I don't know, I've been in news, done a little history work. So I kind of like know sort of the background of just like the space and the Rose Quarter, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, like, are you familiar with the history of Memorial Coliseum?
I'm not.
Cool. So we're gonna go down a quick trip down memory lane.
Please do. Let's hear it all.
Yeah. So the original home of the Blazers, the Memorial Coliseum, was built on top of a black neighborhood and the legendary what was called Jumptown, which was basically like the jazz hub of Portland, black jazz hub of Portland. You'd have people like Duke Ellington and all these, national stars come through. It was a pretty big deal. But, in order to make way for Memorial Coliseum as well as I-5, Legacy Memorial Hospital, they gentrified the neighborhood,
As it goes.
As it goes, exactly. But, and also, fun fact, by naming it Memorial Coliseum or Veterans Memorial Coliseum, that made it a war memorial, which means you can't remove it. So, fun pro tip for gentrification. If you make it a war memorial, it's almost untouchable. So same thing with like Veterans Memorial Highway and all these different things. But yeah, so when I think about the Rose Garden, that's basically like, that came about in the 90s and that was like, the upgrade to the gentrification center, basically.
Right.
So, as much as we'd like to have the nostalgia about it, is weird when you actually think about it.
There's some weird history behind it nonetheless. Yeah. Like, yeah.
And a lot of people, obviously, again, they have this nostalgia. They have this personal connection to just like memories of Blazer games, the Rose Garden, and all of that. And to be clear, I'd argue I have more of a personal connection. Like my dad's a safety and loss control consultant, right? He actually worked on the Rose Garden when they were building it. He tells me all the time about, taking mom up in the catwalks and, that scary experience. I don't know if it was just that memorable or my parents they're getting a little up there in age sometimes. And That was a cheap shot. Anyways,
It happens sometimes.
but like I said, I've got a connection. I get it, but still, what is the Rose Garden? It's the name Paul Allen gave a center.
Right.
Are we really that attached to, hey, this is the billionaire's pet project.
Right.
Cool. And don't get me wrong. I love the Blazers. I'm not going to have anyone be out here talking about cancel the Blazers.
No diss on the Blazers.
Not at all. I love them. You love them. They may or may not be unintentionally tanking this year, but that doesn't matter. And that's another rant for another time.
That's a whole other conversation right there.
Stay tuned for the 6'3 Mafia report coming soon. Anyways, but what I'm saying is, do we really have to jump out of the window for the Rose Garden? Is that really the one?
Truthfully.
Like I don't have any, special attachment to Moda. Like if the Blazers, something magical happens, the Blazers win a championship while it's the Moda Center, and then, the next process comes and StormX levels up and just calls it the StormX Arena, because just go ahead and put that here. You heard it first.
Right.
December 16th, 2021. Bruce Poinsette said that. Mark that.
Yep.
But when that happens, am I going to be like, no, it's Moda for me? No, I don't care.
It's a title. We can't mess with billionaires' titling rights. They own the buildings at this point. We have no ownage of the Staple or Crypto or Moda or Rose. They're just places where people are playing sports and have concerts.
Yeah, it's really just that. It's like, I think we can love sports, we can immerse ourselves in the game while keeping the bigger picture in perspective. Like I know it's hard for people, I know, but we can do both.
Absolutely.
And in the meantime, though, just my only message, because I know this seems benign, but at the same time, I know there's a lot of Blazer fans who get real upset about it.
I know them very personally. I know.
So I'm just going to put it like this. Do you really want to be in the same boat as those people? Or let me be clear, those Lakers fans.
Yes.
Do you hear me? I said those Lakers fans.
Those Lakers fans
who are out here talking about it's always going to be the Staples Center for me. Do you? I thought not.
Real quick, in support of those Lakers fans, the name, the Crypto.com Stadium Center, pretty rough name. You could have just done Crypto Stadium, Crypto Center. You did not need to add the .com.
Apparently, I heard a rumor that they're going to try and nickname it the Crypt.
No, not the Crypt.
Again, strange things happen. I'm not saying you got to be like, Moda, but remember, you could be the Crypt.
We could be
Crypto.com Arena.
We really could be Crypto.com Center. So, I'm with you. I can live with the Moda. I can really live with the Moda.
Let me just say, again, Blazer fans, let's enjoy the season. Let's get that high draft pick that we're clearly going for with the play on the court, because, again, 6'3 Mafia report coming another time.